bring JDL in. I know he's kind of been talking for a little bit. I guess my question, I guess it's kind of fitting with everything going on today. It'll be about love. And so, what does love mean to you?
He's saying love is really loving from his heart and loving not only on the outside but the inside, basically unconditional love. But he's saying not just by one's appearance, but what someone has inside, and loving them for who they are and their vulnerabilities and their gifts and their inner beauty and their personality. That's personal love. He's also talking about universal love, that we really need to love people for not just what we connect with and what we have in common with each other, but love people for our differences too, and what they can teach us and what they can bring to the table.
Great, great. And from your perspective, do you feel there's a difference from loving someone and being in love?
He's saying that there's a huge difference, because he's saying like being in love is really being in love with the person. Like you can love a family member or you can love a friend, but when you're in love with somebody, you're really in love with them no matter what, for who they are and everything about them.
I just wanted to clear that up because even you're actually and for anyone that doesn't know, because I actually nobody's gonna know, he's he hasn't passed away. He's actually a living being. JDL does have a body. He is able to astral project, so that's what we're actually talking to right now. So I just wanted to see, since he does come from another realm, in case there was a different perspective on love, or how much different love could be viewed from his eyes. And something that I know that he had actually touched on from the past, like, do you feel that separation is an illusion?
He was telling me before that he feels everybody is connected, no matter of their difference. And again, color of their skin or different planes or beings, or different languages and all the above. But he was saying in some ways we are separated because of consciousness or ignorance, or sometimes we need to separate each other because of boundaries we need. I mean, separate from each other or give space or just back off from certain people because of boundaries we need to set because of how certain people are disrespectful or not as aware. But he feels overall that we are all connected and interlocked in a way where we should all be respectful of each other and come together as one. But he's saying he wished it was more like that.
Me too.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to say earlier when he was talking about, when I had last translated that, he said he wants people to get to know each other. I almost wanted to add in that second, but he knows it's not always easy, because like sometimes as much as you want to know each other or take time to get to know somebody and who they are, he's saying sometimes you may not feel safe or secure to do that if that person doesn't seem like they're in a healthy place. So what he meant is just take the time to know someone before you judge them. But separately, if you have to draw a boundary or they don't seem healthy to be around, that's okay too. You have the right to step back and take care of yourself. So he was saying both.
Yeah, I can totally get that. I mean, there's people that I don't necessarily like being around, and even not even dealing with just humans. I mean, even with other spirits, like you have to set your boundaries, because it doesn't, just because I like to talk to you guys doesn't mean I want to talk to everybody out there.
Right.
So I do get that. But then, and I also do believe, even though we come from source, we're all here on our own little journeys and experiencing things that we have to go through, that we need to bring back to our higher self. So yeah, I totally get
Yeah.
that. And is there anything that you find strange about humans? And this is just kind of random.
He made a joke. He goes, everything. And then he goes, haha, just kidding. But he's saying overall that they're very human-like, so that there aren't real big differences other than the extra soul and certain things about their anatomy and body. But he's saying overall they feel emotions just like we do. There's good people and bad people, just like there are here on Earth. So he's saying he doesn't find humans that weird. He says, however, there's other people that or other beings where he's from that do find us weird, but he doesn't. And I guess it's because he knows you and he got to know people over here a little more because he's been observing and watching. He actually said you changed his mind about a lot of things.
Really? How so?
Well, it's interesting because it's like, how if someone's prejudiced or they have stereotypes about certain cultures, races, nationalities, they'll get it in their kids' heads or friends' heads, so they have stereotypes. He's saying that those people might have made judgments about humans or made us look more negative or bad, and he got to know you and realized how loving and amazing you are and what a genuine individual you are.
Oh, thank you. Um, I guess maybe that's another misconception too that other people have, with extraterrestrials in general, that there is no judgment. Do you feel like from your particular race there is some judgment?
Misunderstanding, he's saying, lack of understanding, lack of knowing how aware we are, how in tune we are at times. He may think that we want to treat them as an experiment or like capture them and do science projects on them. And he's saying like he sees that there's a lot of us out here who have big hearts and feel things on a heart to heart, soul to soul level where we genuinely care and have compassion. Just like we could think, yeah, like we were kind of saying, like how we could think we'll be abducted by an alien or how they'll treat us bad when they're very caring and loving, like how you see he is.
Okay, you feel free to answer, and I'm not going to be upset or anything like that. Being with me for so long, do you feel that there's anything weird or strange or just, kind of just makes you like, kind of like, huh? Like, is there anything about me that you think is a little bit weird?
No. He says he loves all your ways. Aww. He's saying he loves when you are silly, when you get into like laughy, silly, goofy moods. He loves like all of you, even when he feels like you're not sure about something. He's like, he likes that you're human. That's what he's saying. He likes that you're human. And that's more in deeper metaphorical ways than I could say. Because it's almost like him saying it in a double way. He likes that you are human, and he likes that you're human because he realized what being a human is. And for you, it's just like being compassionate and inspiring others. That's what he sees in you. He's saying that he even likes to see that you are open. And again, the word vulnerable comes up because he's saying people over there are compassionate and caring, but we may even show more emotions, and that people over there, beings over there could think that humans are too emotional. And now he's seeing emotions as a gift, and that again, it's only human.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
Because they feel sometimes we should have it all together. Sorry, I just wanted to add that they may not have all the emotions we have. So they could see anger as when people get angry as sloppy or messy, or they could see it as being too emotionally reactive, where they're saying it's a gift to feel anything that you feel and be true to your feelings as long as you can keep it in a healthy place and not lose full control. But he's saying it's okay not to always, for all of us, not to always be in control all the time. And it's okay to cry. It's good to laugh. It's good to feel. It's okay if sometimes you get frustrated and angry, because he's saying it's being human, and he wishes they knew how to feel more human sometimes. So rather than looking at a bad way, he sees it as a higher gift, because a lot of beings over there saw themselves as on a higher frequency because of how their bodies are built or how they're advanced in certain ways. But he's saying just to have all those senses and emotions that we have and that you have is a gift, and he sees that as advanced.
Wow. Okay. Well, do you feel like, so do you guys have maybe, well, you guys have emotions, but are they like, do you have less emotions, or do you maybe not feel them as strongly as we do? Like maybe let's say we get really sad over something. Do you experience sadness, but it's just not to the extent that a human would feel sadness?
I noticed they feel a lot of compassion. I'm saying that because I observed it today, that they came through very heartfelt, a lot of them. I mean, a few of them kept referring to the heart, and they talk from like we were saying, heart to soul. So they have a lot of compassion, but they're more controlled about their sadness and their hurt. They know how to heal it a little easier, maybe, so they don't realize what it's like to feel more of those raw or vulnerable feelings, but they actually appreciate that we feel it. They actually think it's a strength that we could go through it more and have to go through it more.
Yeah, we have to really dig deep to really figure out the problem sometimes, and or what the issue is, and see what we can do to change our mentality about it. So
Yeah, exactly.
okay, well, thank you, JDL. Is there anything else you wanted to say before we move on to C's?
He's not saying he has anything to say, but I would like him to help me pull a card.
Yeah.
He's just saying that he really appreciates every time you allow him or ask him. It's more that you just ask him to be a part of this and let him be a part of your life and your world and other people's worlds and be able to share. It means everything to him.
It means everything to me that you're here.
You can take this off camera, but I asked him to pull a card and it said, "That's for you."
Thank you.
But I'll have him pull some for everybody too. So here are the cards. I'm going to have him pull 3. He said that good things are coming in the near future, and he wants everybody to stay positive and just know tomorrow's another day. He's also saying helpful people are coming to help you, but he's sending good energy for everybody, all positive. He's saying right now some people might be going through some stuff where they have to make some choices and they feel like it might not be happening or it's unlikely. He's saying it's okay because it's not too late to do what you want to do, that maybe there are things that deterred you a little bit or challenge you to get you onto a different path, and that you'll get back in the direction you want to go in, but it may be in a more new direction with it.
Yeah, I think that's great, because a lot of people get stuck in only wanting to do things just one certain way, when there's just so many other ways that you can go about doing what you really want to do, or whatever it is that you love.
Yeah. And sometimes it doesn't happen in the way you want it to because it's not either the right divine timing, it's just not the right timing, or you're not doing it the way that is best for you. We also want to add, because he was saying something and it made me think of something, so I'm kind of merging our thoughts together. But sometimes people feel like they have to wait on things. They have to wait till they get older, or they have to wait to get an education, or wait for money to come in. And then what happens is they go, I waited so long, now I'm too old, or I can't do it, or I still don't have the experience. So he's saying, again, this has been a subject today from a few beings that gave messages today too, that it's not too late to be what we want to be or do what we want to do, and we just got to go for it. And don't be afraid. Don't let fears get in your way or obstacles stop you. He's also saying, what we mentioned earlier, that you don't always have to force things at the same time, but go for them at the same time. Like make things happen, take risks, But if it doesn't feel like this right timing or the right people that you want to work with, you don't have to force it, but don't give up on your dreams.
That's beautiful and it's very inspiring. I think a lot of people really needed to hear that today. So thank you.
Okay. He's saying thank you too. Thank you for letting him be a voice. And he said that you're a vehicle for him to speak, as well as he adores you and has nothing but love for you.
I adore you too, and you can speak anytime. 5 years. Okay, well, thank you so much, JDL. I really do appreciate that. And okay, so we'll go ahead and move on to C's.